Hello, welcome to Exam Booty's YouTube platform. I am Suchit Sharma and I welcome all of you to this SSC CGL English special classes in English. Friends, we are discussing the basic level concept of noun, and in the segment noun, we are uh, trying to understand how to identify nouns. In the process, we discussed in our previous lecture, in our previous class, as you have seen, we came to know certain points that helps us to understand how to identify a noun, particularly proper noun. We started from proper noun and we understood how we could easily identify a noun, a proper noun in a sentence. And in the and in the process we understood that the the childhood memories, the childhood key suggestions that was given by the teacher at that time. Whenever you write a proper noun in a sentence, you always start with a capital letter. It means proper noun starts with a capital letter. That's true, but it is not always important. It is not necessarily a condition, an important condition to all the format that whenever you see a capital letter in a sentence, you just guess that it will be a proper noun. It is not going to happen. Yeah. It is true that all the proper noun will be written with capital letter in a sentence wherever they come, whether in the beginning of a sentence, in the middle of a sentence, or the last word as a last word, but it will start with capital letter. But it doesn't mean that all the capital letter starting words are or will be a proper noun. That's the important thing that we have to remember, because most of the time we get confused in these types of things. We just conclude some of the uh, some of the conclusions that really lead us to disaster, blunder, I might say. So that is the most important thing. And we actually came to know about such words like proper adjective. That's what we are discussing, because yesterday, because of the powers failure, there was no class, so I have to just give you a recap of the whole concept that was discussed actually 2 days ago. Now we came to know that it was proper adjective that is always written or starting with a capital letter in a sentence wherever it comes, whether it is in the beginning of a sentence or in the middle or anywhere in the sentence as a last word as well. So the most important thing is that whether it is a proper adjective, whether it is a proper noun, it will be starting from capital letter. And not to that extent. Actually, there is one more thing. Moreover, there is one more thing. And what is that? And it is the nationality denoting words. All the nationality denoting words. All the nationality denoting words. Because they are formed from a proper noun, they also act as proper adjective. Even though they work as a common noun, they also work as a proper adjective, like Indian, Australian, Canadian, American. There are so many words. These are nationality denoting words. They are originated from proper noun, like Indian is originated from India. American is originated from America. So American and America both will be written with capital letters. But what is the difference? Difference is that America is a proper noun while American can be used in two different ways. You can uh, you can write American as a common noun, and you can also use American as a proper adjective. So that is the difference. If you say that I am an American, it means American is used in this sentence as a common noun. But if you say I love American food, it means here American is telling something about food, it describing food. That's why American in this particular sentence that I just spoken, that is actually used as an adjective. I love American foods. I love American food. Here the American is actually on the place of an adjective. You just remove this word and you can put any word here that will be an adjective. I love good food. I love delicious food. I love expensive food. It a specific name for a particular person. That is the definition. I am not talking about definition. I am not talking about definition. I am here to tell you that how to identify a proper noun, and when you know that a proper noun starts with a capital letter, but you can get confused because there are two more words, a proper adjective and a common noun denoting nationality words that are actually written with capital letters. So it is not necessarily an important condition all the time that whenever you see a word starting from a capital letter, you say that this will be a proper noun. No, it is not necessary all the time. It is not necessary. It can be a proper adjective. It can be a common noun denoting nationality, because both are written with capital letter. So only by seeing that a word is written with capital letter, this doesn't give guarantee of that word to be a proper noun. That's what we are learning today. That's what we are discussing right now. So hope you have now a clear picture. Like if I write he is an Indian, so I is written with capital letter, but it doesn't mean that this is a proper noun. It doesn't mean that. He is an Indian soldier. Here I is written with capital letter, but it doesn't mean that this is a proper noun. Here Indian is a common noun. Here Indian is a proper adjective. So this is what we are actually learning right now, that even though some words it starts with capital letter, but they are not proper noun. They are starting with capital letters. This is capital letter. And this has also written with capital letter. But in both the sentences, Indian is not a proper noun, because if you think that only proper noun starts with capital letter, you are wrong. That's what I am telling you. If you think that it is only the proper noun that starts with a capital letter, it means you have little information. You have no idea what is going on in grammar. You are still in class 5th or 6th. Just grow up. It is not it is not the pronoun, it is not the proper noun alone that is written with capital letter. There are two more words, and one of them is the proper adjective. Whenever there is a proper adjective, it will be starting with a capital letter wherever it comes in a sentence. And there is also a word that is nationality denoting word, like Indian. It can be functioning in two different ways. Like in this sentence it is functioning as a common noun, and in this sentence it is functioning as a proper adjective. So whenever there are such type of conditions, the words are starting with capital letters but they are not proper noun. This was the first thing that I mentioned you, and now you have a very clear picture about that. I hope now you have understood the concept very, very clearly. Let's take some more examples of that so that you may have a very clear picture of that as well. Suppose that I write he will go there on Sunday. Now you know that I have written Sunday as with a capital letter. Sunday denotes the name of a particular day. This is the name of a particular day. So this is a proper noun. That's right. Absolutely right. But if I write in this way, suppose that I write he observes fast. He observes fast on Sundays. Now watch very carefully. Watch very carefully. If you see that now there is Sundays. Now I have written with S. He observes fast on Sundays. If it is written in that fashion, it is plural. On Sundays, it means all the Sundays that comes in a month, that comes in a year, all the Sundays. Now this is not a proper noun. This is working as a common noun, because I have told you two things. If you find a or an before a word, it will be a collective noun or a common noun. Remember this. Hope you have remembered this. Remember this too. Whenever you see a or an, before a word, and the word is obviously singular, and this will be a common noun or a collective noun. The word cannot be a material noun, the word cannot be an abstract noun, the word cannot be a material noun, an abstract noun, and a proper noun if there is a and. And similarly, if you see a word that is plural, and the word, when we say word, I am talking about a noun here. If a word is noun and plural, it must be a common noun or a collective noun. Remember this. Remember this. Always remember this. If there is a or an before a noun, it means that noun will be a collective noun or a common noun. There can be no other noun if there is a or an. Because we cannot write a or an before a proper noun. We cannot write a or an before a material noun. We cannot write a or an before an abstract noun. A or an is used only before two nouns, common noun and collective noun, when they are singular in form. Similarly, whenever you see a noun that is plural, if a noun is plural, it means that noun will be either collective noun or common noun. No other noun is plural. Proper noun is always used in singular form. If you see it in plural, it means they are not proper noun, they are actually now common noun. In the case Sunday, if there is Sunday and written with capital letter, that is a proper noun. But if there are Sundays, Mondays, it means this is not a proper noun, this is actually a common noun. So remember this. One more thing. Similarly, like your name is Tom, my name is David, this is a proper noun. Yes, of course, Tom, David, George, all these names are proper noun. But suppose that there are 3 students in the class and everybody's name is Tom. Yes, the first student, his name is Tom. The second student, his name is also Tom. And the third one, coincidentally, his name is also Tom. It means there are 3 Toms in the class. Now, when you say 3 Toms in this class, there are 3 Toms. Now, the Toms word is not a proper noun. It becomes a common noun. This is the important thing we are discussing here. So this is a different scenario. This is a different condition. So you cannot say that whenever a word is seen starting with capital letter, it will be a proper noun. No, it is not necessary that all the words starting with capital letter will be a proper noun. This is not a necessary or mandatory condition in all the cases. No, it cannot be. You have to check the sentence. You have to read the sentence and identify the function. Because there are other words that can be written with capital letters, but they won't be a proper noun. So this is the important thing that we discussed in that class as well, and even now. So that's what all we came to know about a proper noun. Very easy, but most of the time students get confused because they say or they see only the capital letter case. When you say or see only the capital letter case in the conditions, you will make a mistake. Only by watching the capital letter you cannot decide whether the noun is a proper noun or not. It may be or may not be. Everybody's name is Tom, called common noun. Yes, if everybody's name is Tom, it means when you write Toms, at that time it becomes a common noun. When you say there are 3 Toms, there are 4 Toms, there are 2 Toms in this class, now the Toms word becomes a common noun. Because when you say that there is a Tom in my class, yes, there is a Tom in my class, there is also a Tom in that class, there is also a Tom in the 4th class, it means there are many Toms in different classes or in the same class. So in that way, Tom becomes a common noun. Otherwise, Tom is a proper noun. So you have to look into the sentence and then you will identify whether it is a proper noun or a common noun. This is the most important thing. Hope you have now a very clear picture about proper noun we discussed today along with common noun, because I have told you that whatever noun we discussed, common noun will be there. So we discussed today proper noun and common noun. We will discuss collective noun and common noun tomorrow. Till then, thank you, goodbye, and take care.